What's up, boys? Welcome back to another video. We are in another Mercedes. I had to test it out because when I found out that these are now 4 cylinders and not the 6s, I had to kind of see what it was like. So this car is the car that people get when they don't feel like getting the C63. They end up going with the C43. So this car is a little bit different than it used to be. It's not the 6-cylinder anymore. It is now a 4-cylinder. So it's a little bit different. And let me tell you, this car is nothing short of sounding and feeling like it's a 4-cylinder. It feels a lot better than people may think. The car is actually really smooth. Just bringing it up here on the lot really quick and just kind of feeling it out a little bit. It is amazing. And the car so far is super cozy. I love the brown and black seats. Really interesting what they did with the headrest. Like there's so many different, like it goes forward and back. I mean, it's very luxurious. It's very unique and it's under 60K. Can you believe that? I would say that this car is pretty self-explanatory, but it's not, because it's now a 4-cylinder. It's so different. So we're gonna start it up. I'm gonna show you kind of the outside. I'm gonna show you kind of some of the features on the inside. Remember when I did the RS3 and I said I'm happy that this car is not confusing with the technology? Well, this car is a lot different. It's very confusing, but it's super sick. I mean, all your modes are right here. It's so cool. You can switch from comfort to Sport Plus. You can change your dynamic mode. So I have the exhaust mode on with the Sport exhaust on so you can hear the 4-cylinder rumble. That's a 4-cylinder, ladies and gentlemen. That is insane. Rear diffuser is beautiful. I think this car is beautiful. I love the new Mercedes-Benz look. I just think the body lines are nice. I think Mercedes-Benz has done a lot better job with their cars. They've built them a lot better than they did 6-7 years ago. They're not just, you know, V8s that, you know, just have a lot of power. They actually have a little bit of style now, a little bit of swagger to it, I guess you could say. And they're built a little stronger. So the motors are a little bit stronger. The interiors are a little bit more expensive. Not as cheap, not as many creaks. I mean, there's obviously creaks in almost every car, but like for the most part, it's definitely more quality than it used to be. We're gonna do a small sound test, one from inside the car and then one from outside. So we'll do a little one from the inside. A little bit of burbles. So this 4-cylinder AMG specifically puts out 402 horsepower, which is a lot for a 4-cylinder. Pedal is stiff. I know that. I feel okay. It definitely sounds like a 4-cylinder, but the pedal is different. Like it's flat. So like my pedal hangs from like this. Yeah. This is a flat pedal, so it feels kind of weird. The steering wheel is very nice, thick. Right, I was saying that with the RS3, I was happy doesn't have a lot of that crazy tech. Yeah. It's kind of like simple and smooth, while this one has like, so far, just being in it for the first couple minutes, I mean, Jesus. Insane amount of tech. Right. There's a lot going on here. A lot going on. I mean, the screen is cool, like I like the positioning. Yeah. I mean, the control feels nice. I'm gonna put it in the... Yeah, you could. I'm putting the crazy...
right side is for your dynamics.
Yeah,
on the right, you see where it says comfort to seat?
Yep.
You turn it, it'll just throw you all in and it'll change whatever's on the left.
Oh, all right. So we have it in comfort. So that's Sport. Then we have Sport Plus. Oh yeah, it all pops up in the screen. All right. Let's go dynamics. So I'm pretty sure you just hit the button, right? Yeah. Yeah, and it changes like the chassis and stuff.
Yeah, so that's basically, I think, instead of having like individual like in there, I can put the individual's still in there. But yeah. Instead of having to control it to the screen and shit, you can pretty much control it with that other dial without having to like look at the screen. So
gotcha.
And I think if you click on the dial, like on whichever side, up or down,
yeah,
it should change what like on the screen, it should change what keys you have there.
Right, yeah, so if you start changing the dial, it changes like the suspension and everything. Ooh. Wish it wasn't cold. Oh, okay. It throws you. The farts. Oh, that's good. Wow. Holy aggressive. Like, I think that drives better than the RS3.
You think so?
I think so. And you know what I like about it? The stiffness.
Yeah.
It's like the RS3 when you put it, right, it's a little loose, you know, it's a little loosey-goosey. It's a nice car to drive, obviously. It sounds amazing. I'm gonna cop up here. But like, you know, it's not, like this is stiff. Like this feels like my car, when I put my car in sport mode, it's stiff.
Yeah.
You know, like this car is very, very, you know, stiff, and it feels like you have a lot more control. The RS3, I felt like I had control low end, but I was losing it a little top end. So like as I started accelerating, I felt like I was grounded, and when I started hitting, like right before I shifted, or right as I shifted, I felt like I was losing it a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
This car, I don't feel like I'm losing at all. I feel like I have full control. Oh my God. It's quick, and not as fast, obviously, as the RS3, like in comparison to that, but it feels better, you know what I mean? For a 4-cylinder, because remember when I drove the SL55, that was a V8.
Yeah.
You know, so that had obviously all the balls to it, but for this being 4 cylinders less, I don't feel much difference.
A direct manual mode.
Right.
So I think once it realizes that you're not like shifting anymore with the paddles, I think it just throws you back into the drive.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, because in my car I have the classic, you just put the gear, put the shifter over, and if you have it in drive and you tap the paddles, it'll do that. It'll go back in drive if you don't tap the paddle in a minute. So you have, that's the exhaust mode. That is, I think, dynamic chassis control. And then you have the suspension, sport suspension. That's probably nice around corners. I mean, so far though, I mean, I love the interior. I love the stiffness of the car. The 4-cylinder has a lot to offer.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, do I still kind of miss the 6-cylinder? Sure.
Yeah.
But like,
I think everyone does at this
right.
point, right?
But like the 4-cylinder, I mean, it's a good car to take a look at, because you can kind of see, you know, did it still keep its rep, you know?
Yeah.
And I think so far it's holding it down.
Yeah, but I think Mercedes did a really solid job with the 4-cylinder.
Right. Oh my, that's stock. Wow. That's a nice sound factory, man. I mean, that's got more exhaust sound than the RS3 had.
Yeah. Which is very unfortunate, right?
Very unfortunate. A lot of people were saying that in the comments too. They were like, oh, the car's amazing, but the exhaust is just not all there. And it's like, oh, yeah, I guess that's kind of unfortunate. All right, I'm gonna get like a, oh my God. I mean, what am I driving? The kickback from the farts and the, I mean, that is a dual clutch right there, let me tell you. Oh, it's so effortless with the farts too. Like, you don't have to smash the throttle. I mean, the car feels like it's as close to a Porsche as you're gonna get, I feel. And I've driven a couple Porsches, so I kind of know. And I mean, this thing, I mean, the steering wheel feels like one. The transmission feels like it's just from a Porsche. I mean, it's got perfect handling. It's got perfect torque. Downshifts are smooth, quick shifting, which is what I love. I hate long shifts. That's just a 4th gear pull. I want to drop the 3rd, but speed limit's too high, so I gotta wait till I slow down. But I mean, damn. And then you can just chill like this in your luxurious performance car and just chill. I mean, I don't know what more you could really ask for, honestly. Feds are coming for me. Uh-oh. They're coming from here, right across. Yeah, they're coming here.
That's a very slow emergency.
Right, no kidding, huh? I wonder if they're just trying to get back to the shop or really see what this car's like from a stop. Cause I want to see like the low end torque from the 4-cylinder, you know? Right. Oh my God. Yep, no problem. no problem. Oh my God. Doesn't even feel like a 4-cylinder. Woo. Palms are sweaty. Woo. You know, see, when you get like into a 6-cylinder, or you get, I mean, in the 5-cylinder RS3s or an 8, like you expect like to be thrown.
Right.
So like when you're thrown, you're like, whoa, okay, like that's crazy. You don't really know when you get into a 4-cylinder. You don't know whether it's gonna be crazy, like with the factory tune, or if it's just gonna be like, oh, okay, like I can tell, like it's
another 4.
It's just a 4-cylinder. Like it's nice, it's got power, but like, is it special? Oh my, I mean, it's just perfect. Perfect. It reminds me like I said, it reminds me of either the Golf R or even the H6 Porsche 911 Carrera. Believe it or not, it feels just like that. It shifts really quick. Sounds kind of the same in the way the gear shift. I mean, right.
It's a good combo.
Right. So like with this full package, what would this thing be like if you put the exhaust on it, right? If you put a tune on it, like this thing must be nuts.
Yeah, it might be.
480 horsepower, you know, ripping. I mean, wow. I mean, it feels like a true performance car, but also luxurious at the same time, which you don't usually see all that often. No, it's definitely not a traditional. I know that.
Yeah, I know that.
It's a hybrid turbo, I think.
Yeah, but it's tuned with the Mercedes F1 team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's how they were able to get that all sorted out. Because I think that's such a like weird tech to get into. Right,
very trickier too.
Yeah.
A little bit more advanced. Oh yeah, a little bit of pops.
It's like a slight purple. Nothing
right.
Too crazy, but
no, and better than the RS3.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Way more. Because
right.
The guy test drove the RS3, and it was kind of really sad about the exhaust sound.
Right.
And honestly, I don't know what it is. Like why Audi made it that way.
Well, it's weird because like the motor sounds insane, like insane, but the
S3 pops. Like almost all the S3s.
Right, the S3s are nuts because they're just like the Golf Rs.
But like even with SQ5s though, like some SQ5s you'll get a burble.
Right.
And then the others you just won't get any burble.
Right.
And it's weird. I don't know what it is.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like it really all depends on which one, but it's weird that when you go to the RS3 there's nothing.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing.
Oh, I could drive this all day. I don't want to stop driving it. Oh man. It's so fun. One thing I don't love about Mercedes is the shifter on the thing.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, like I could get used to it, but I don't really love it. You know what I mean? Like it's not like, and I think Park is just press in, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sweet. How do you engage your parking brake?
It usually engages by itself, and the same thing, like it releases by itself usually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I can feel it's not jolting, so. Wow, that drive was insane. Literally the smoothest car I've driven in a while. And when I mean a while, I mean like maybe S4, maybe the Porsche, right? Like the Golf R. I mean, that is as smooth as it gets. It is super quick off the line. Low end torque is insane. It's really fast, like really fast. It doesn't throw you back a whole lot, but it shifts so smooth. So every time you shift it, you have like this stutter, kind of like in a pure DSG. You just have that pure like stutter, and it just shifts perfect. The dual clutch farts are just insane. I mean, AMG farts are just as good as regular DSG farts from a Volkswagen. It is just perfect. That being said, the price of this car, 65K, not bad, because you are paying for luxury too. Remember, you're not just paying for AMG performance. For a 4-cylinder, for that much money, you might sit there and think, but drive it and see how you feel after it. Because this car actually does not feel like a 4-cylinder. It kind of sounds like one, especially when you're in comfort. Doesn't really sound like it much when you have the exhaust, Sport Plus exhaust on, the AMG exhaust, and you have it in Sport Plus, and you're just going nuts. It sounds more like a 6, potentially even close to an 8. But when you got in comfort, it sounds like a 4, but it doesn't feel like it. The car feels like it's a 6 or an 8. It has no lag in it. Everything is super butter smooth. Plenty of power, plenty of torque, shifts ultra quick, and at the end of the day, I'm comfortable when I'm driving it. That's all that matters. But boys, that is going to be the end of today's video. Of course, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure to hit the bell so you get notifications whenever I post videos. And boys, we will see you in the next one. Peace out.